My name is Sebastian Job, and I am a sim racer for Oracle Red Bull Sim Racing.
Side by side for the race leaders, well, Sanchez should they make contact.
My view on sim racing is that the virtual world is becoming ever closer to reality.
And Roger's going side by side.
They're able to go in and change the roll bars, the springs, the ride heights. It's becoming incredibly realistic.
Big crash at the front.
It's gone to a point where it's good enough that you can measure performance through our racing.
For the first time, a British driver wins a World Championship.
Does that skill set transfer from virtuality to reality?
This is the perfect experiment to see if somebody can go from sim racing to real racing.
We'll have to see how he performs in a Porsche Super Cup, Formula 4 and 3.5, whether he has the capability and the competence to drive a Formula 1 car.
In the sim, if you go off, you just press reset, but here in real life, it's another story.
I mean, obviously there's a bit of negativity. Some people don't really believe in the transition between it.
If he doesn't succeed or show his aptitude in these cars, then there's no way that we'll let him drive a Formula 1 car.
Yeah, a little bit nervous. I've got a bit of butterflies in the stomach. I'm trying to get rid of it. Just not be too nervous about it all. But, you know, that's easier said than done.
Morning, Seb, you okay?
Morning, nice to meet you, mate.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. Okay, cool.
James Wallace is going to be my coach. He has a lot of experience in this car.
I'm the Porsche Carrera Cup junior driver, doing some coaching with Sebastian Job in the Porsche Carrera Cup GB Cup.
I mean, pretty similar to your Esports livery, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would need to see them side by side to spot any difference.
I'm Joe Nocton. Today I'll be working with Sebastian as his race engineer.
I don't know if I want to set too many lap time targets. Maybe a 53 would be good. Wow. Yeah, that's just like on the sim version.
It's exactly on the sim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you adjust the...
James is going to warm up the car for me, dial it in.
My first lap is a reference for Seb, and my main focus is for my racing, and then help Sebastian throughout the day as much as I can.
I have driven this car at least thousands of hours on iRacing at this point. I'll be curious to see how accurate the car feels.
This is completely new to him. He's going from being a young guy in the bedroom playing on his simulator to now driving one of these cars. We're going incredibly fast.
Take steady. I feel a bit on edge, like there's too much adrenaline. I just kind of want to get started at this point. Acceleration and the braking. When I turn in, the responsiveness is phenomenal. I think that's partly the G-force. It just pushes you into the side of the seat straight away. When I drive on the sim, I feel the rear go through the steering wheel, whereas this, I feel it in my bum. Like I feel the whole car shifting around under me.
That's so good for sim racing for that. You can relax a little bit. It's alright, mate. You still got a job. Okay. How was that?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Really good. It felt very natural.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just really similar to the sim sort of thing, or?
Yeah, Yeah, I did have a bit of a lock-up at one point.
Yeah.
It wasn't one that I could feel so much, but I saw the light and it just stayed on. And I was like, oh my God.
We'll get you guys into debrief now, so if you go with AJ and James into the truck.
Well, that's close to the grass. I thought I might be a bit, yeah.
That wasn't too bad, to be fair. Just probably grab a little bit more apex.
Yeah.
So that's your lap time, 1:53.420.
Yeah.
That's the lap I'm gonna compare.
Okay.
So I'm a bit surprised with that lap time. That's good. That means we can start working already. Overall, the whole lap, you're braking quite a lot. Let's say, like you don't need to brake that much. You need to get more confidence with the car and carry more speed into the corner.
Glad you said that because that was my feeling too.
Yeah, you are slowing down too much.
After every session, we had a debrief that was like super insightful. I know in sim racing what I'm looking for, but how that translates to the real car, that's another question.
Instead of having 53, let's see if we can go to 52.7.
Yeah.
For me, that would be just perfect. If you're feeling well, I think we can go again.
Okay.
So the first goal of the day was basically to start off, build up the speed and to get used to the braking. Sebastian didn't exactly do that, he got straight into it, and this was very impressive.
I locked up for a good 2 seconds.
Okay.
I just couldn't get it off.
As he was exploring the limits of how hard he could brake, the fronts would lock up, and this happens quite easily even with a little bit of steering.
And then usually, first half of that, just super careful on the brakes because we don't want to lock these wheels as well. Well, and wasting the other tyres, okay?
The tyres on the sim, most of it is out of your control and it's just a matter of pushing as hard as you can. Whereas here, you've got to look after the tyres. There's this whole process.
Turn 2?
I just, looped it on the exit.
Yeah, no worries.
It should be fine, alright?
Yeah, he's just gonna plug in, download the edge, make sure everything's fine with it.
So just switch the hazards off.
I don't know, it was just so out of nowhere, it felt like. Have you seen the video of it?
I haven't yet, no.
So that was a little bit embarrassing, but it showed that I was pushing.
Yeah, I think I have a slight double turn as well, just going in here.
But even watch it when you see it was just a small little mistake, being a little too aggressive with the throttle. But the idea of today was to find the limits of the car and to see how much you can push.
We quickly learned what I did wrong and I made sure not to do it again, and that's the main thing.
Made a second off race pace now. 52.3.
I don't know.
No, I know.
He did that?
Yeah, so second off race pace now.
And that one?
Yeah.
So right now I am using iRacing. I'm doing some testing before Snetterton. A couple of real-life Porsche Cup drivers helped develop it, which means that right now it's probably the best reference I'll get.
It's becoming incredibly realistic. For example, the tracks, they are laser scanned, so it's many data points and very high detail. The drivers can spend hours upon hours fine-tuning the setup of the car.
The track grip levels might be better on the sim or worse on the sim, and I don't know what I should be aiming for until I drive. I can't get it one-to-one, but I should still get a pretty good feeling for the car.
So now we are going to try to do a long run, but has to be consistent and see if we can be between the target for pro cars.
Sebastian will go out and do a long run with more fuel, more weight, and here we will test his consistency. He want to see if he's able to repeat the lap times. It shows that he's able to drive the car and understand what he's actually doing.
You don't really see many people get in this car and be fast. Thought he was going to be within a second of me, but for him to be within half a second is, yeah, a bit of a shock, to be honest.
This is your lap times here. 1:1, 1:1, 1:1, 1:1.2, 1:1, 1:1.3. That's brilliant. That's
Okay, good.
That could be like a P1 pace.
Really?
Yeah. I had my doubts before you came here, but so far I'm very happy, honestly.
Great.
It's a good job, really good job.
Yeah.
I've been coaching many drivers already, and yeah, impressive.
Thank you. I mean, at the start we said 153 I'd be happy with, and we did a 50.4 with race fuel, so that's way faster. For me, the highlight of the day.
I think it's very impressive. I mean, looking at these times, it's a very quick circuit, and one that takes great bravery as well.
It just shows how quickly he actually got used to the car, and it was very, very positive.
I've always been one of those guys who believes in those sim racers who come through. I think today's taught him a lot, and I think he can take that going forward into the next test.
Those cars are going to be a lot more intense physically. That's my biggest worry.
To be able to adapt from a GT car to a single-seater will be fascinating to see.
Like, this is serious shit.
It would be a great shame to have this amazing opportunity but not be able to make the most of it by simply not being fit enough.
The physical aspect is arguably the biggest challenge.
If you're not fit, forget it. Stay at home.